Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen, welcome back to Cocktails After Dark. Today we're going to do another recipe out of this little book called Mama's Recipes for Keeping Papa Home. A couple of weeks ago we did a recipe out of this book called the Egg Milk Punch, which I really enjoyed, and it featured rum and brandy. So I thought, let's find another one in the book that I really like, or that I might really like, and this one's called Mississippi Punch. And it follows pretty much the same sort of feel as the previous one, except it doesn't have milk and egg. So we're going to start out with a tablespoonful of sugar. That's our sweet component. So we'll try that out. And then it says just enough water to dissolve the sugar, which isn't very much. Just give that a little bit of a stir to help it along. There we go. And 3 dashes of lemon juice. I call that 3 dashes. Now, a dash. It's kind of an elusive thing. And if you remember back a few weeks ago, we did a video where the author tried to define what a dash was based on how many minims was in a dash. It was quite funny. So a dash is pretty much whatever you want it to be. Now, the recipe calls for shaved ice. So I'm just going to take some cubed ice and bash it up in this tea towel. Put the tea towel down. Get some ice in the middle. And you just wrap it up. And then bash it with a meat mallet. And I know that technically this is not shaved ice, but you know, it's about as close as you're going to get at home without buying an expensive piece of equipment to shave ice. So we're supposed to fill the glass with shaved ice. So I'm hoping that I've broken up enough. I think the idea is you just want it kind of fine. And yes, this will melt and add a lot of water to the punch, but under the definition of a punch, one of the components is a weak component, which would in this case be the water. Okay, let's get rid of this tea towel. 2 ounces of rum. Calls for half a wine glass of rum. So 2 ounces of Jamaica rum, and I've got some Appleton here, and I'm hoping that I've got enough. Just barely. Next it asks for half a wine glass of bourbon. So again, 2 ounces of bourbon. We're going to try this one, see what happens. Oh, that glass is pretty full. 1 wine glass of brandy, which is 4 ounces. I don't think I'm going to get 4 ounces of brandy in my glass. Maybe I put in... No. Wait. Now, I realize I may have made a mistake. For some reason, I had it in my head that this is a shaker drink, but it says to mix well. This could be a stirred drink. In today's parlance, this would be a stirred drink because it just contains alcohol. Oh, no, it contained a little bit of fruit juice. It had a little bit of lemon. I'm going to stir it. Let me get a stirring glass. Mostly since my stirring glass is pretty big. So I'm going to transfer what we've got into the stirring glass. Put the brandy in here, swirl it around, get any sugar residue. There we go. We're going to stir. Okay, and I've got a couple of chilled glasses here. And we'll pour it in.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. What have we got today?
We have a Mississippi Punch.
Mississippi Punch. Excellent.
It says to... I mean, the directions are always a little bit...
You're supposed to know what you're doing.
You're supposed to know what you're doing, apparently. Which isn't me.
The fact that you
No.
may not know what we're doing.
It says to use a small bar glass. And I couldn't figure out if that was to mix it or shake it or serve it. Anyway,
It's in a glass.
it's in a glass. Let's give it a taste.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
There's a flavor in there I'm not that fond of, but you know. But I think the sugar, I'm assuming there's sugar because it's sweet.
Yeah, so there's a
Is
little bit of sugar and a little bit of lemon. I think that's the right amount of lemon for that. I got lucky. Right amount. So the lemon's not
maybe you do know what you're doing.
the lemon's not overpowering. It's just it takes the edge off a little bit of the fact that the rest of the drink is alcohol.
As much as I say there's something in it I don't like it's very refreshing.
Yeah.
It's a very refreshing drink.
I can pinpoint the thing that
I can see why you would say it's why it's a punch.
it is a punch.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though I always think of punch as being like all the fruit and
So
I think it's the
oh, maybe it isn't. It's the
it's hard to tell because I'm you know you're gonna just
the water takes away some of the sting of the fact that there's 6 ounces of alcohol there.
that's a lot of alcohol.
It's not that one either.
It may just be the
Huh. So together they together, how about that? They create a new flavor.
yeah.
And
I think I judged it too harshly initially. I mean, it's still,
it's a nice drink.
it's a nice drink.
That
It's
is
a
a
very
nice-
lovely drink. It's very refreshing. It's very light. It's probably not good for you.
Oh,
anyway.
a couple of those and you'd be down the stairs.
Yeah.
So this is presented as one, well, it's presented really as one cocktail, even though it's called a punch. But I would say there were probably 3 cocktails in there. It's quite nice. It's chilled. It's refreshing. I like it. It is something that you could make up in a bottle
Just keep cold in your fridge.
and just keep cold. And
That would be.
and just
Yep.
sort of just figure out what that water ratio is that you're getting from the melting ice as you stir it. How much water you need to add at the beginning to sort of replicate that melted ice, because the melted ice is definitely a large component of this cocktail. This is a winner. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.